The DA is advocating for safety on the R75 as accident rates continue to rise in Nelson Mandela Bay between Gqeberha, Kariga and Dispatch. The recent fatal accident involving DA councillor Johnny Arends on the night of the 26th of last month has highlighted the dangers on this road. DA leaders in the province visited the road to voice their concerns about the lack of street lights, road warning signs and traffic lights, which they believe contribute to accidents.
We need the traffic intersections all the way from I would say the Algoa Park intersection, but probably even before that at the Marty Road intersection, which is there by Continental and going into New Brighton. All of those intersections need to be made safe, and they're only going to be safe if there are either working traffic lights or in the alternative traffic circles or in the alternative pointsmen, which we see that the Metro has been appointing during peak times. The reality, however, is what happens at night, especially at night when there's no visibility, because these intersections.
But what is very concerning is that if you drive all the way up here, in fact, all the way from Mission Vale, it becomes even more and more dangerous, especially at night. We haven't only lost motorists, but we have also lost people who use motorbikes. We have also lost a lot of pedestrians as well along this route. So lighting becomes one of the most important things. One of the things that we've suggested is that the interventions from traffic, from law enforcement must be evidence-based. Now, if you are getting more and more fatalities on a particular route, it then calls on you to make routine roadblocks so that you are able to intervene. The vehicle that engaged in a collision, the other vehicle had lights on. They had switched on their lights. They were on the right side of the road, and the other one, in darkness, did not switch on their lights. And many times we have had a lot of fatalities because people could not probably see what was happening in and around them.
Agency responsible for the roads, SANRAL, acknowledges the challenges faced by users of this road and is working to improve road safety despite the issue of infrastructure vandalism.
So SANRAL is aware of the concerns with reference to the fatal crashes that have occurred on the R75 recently. So SANRAL has requested accident records from law enforcement and has started a process to review the crashes to determine or possibly determine the contributory factors as well as probable causes to that. So based on that outcome of that review, we would then consider what appropriate action can be undertaken in terms of road environment, traffic and law enforcement, as well as education.
However, the regional leader of the DA Retief Odendal believes SANRAL's efforts are insufficient, prompting them to file a complaint with the Minister of Transport for intervention.
This road. Remember what we said. We said we accept what SANRAL is saying, that there are a number of issues why this reasons why this road is in the state it is, least not being the vandalism that they've experienced of the infrastructure. We then said we understand that, but the reality is you can't just abandon a stretch of your infrastructure because of ongoing vandalism. You have to look at coming up with solutions, and there has to be a collaboration between the Department of Transport in the province and specifically Nelson Mandela Bay municipality. I've taken it up on myself now to reach out to Transport Minister Barbara Creasy to say, listen, this is the reality of this situation, that we have a stretch of road here which is economically very important for Nelson Mandela Bay. By the way, one of the busiest roads in the city. And a lot of people make use of this during the day, but also especially at night. And SANRAL is failing in securing these intersections. So this is going to be our demands. We appreciate the fact that SANRAL has taken heed of some of our concerns and started maintaining. But the reality is that the loss of life actually happens at these intersections. And this is where we have to get them to step in. And we've asked the Minister to do that.
The provincial chairperson of the DA, Yusuf Kasim, says that the party could address road issues more effectively if they can be in power in the municipality.
that until we can come into government here in Nelson Mandela Bay, which we are 100% committed to doing so, to turn the city around and to bring different spheres of government together to get the city working again, we are fixing what we can from our own pockets. Yes, there are budgets at different spheres of government. Those budgets are not being spent properly.
The party advises drivers to exercise caution when using the R75, especially at night, as many accidents on this road occur during night time. Reporting for MPK TV News, I am Jessica Bobo in Gqeberha.